Hey guys, it's Sydney. So, do you know what that means? It means it's Tuesday on Your Mom's Collab. So this weekend, despite the fact that it was Mother's Day, was kind of sad for me because Sweet Life on Deck has officially ended. That made me really sad because I watched it from like the very beginning, 6 years ago, 2005, the very first episode of The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. When Cole and Dylan Sprouse were 12 years old and I was like 9. I've watched it every single episode up until now that it's over. And they're moving on in their lives. But it's sad. It's like a milestone. That's like 6 years of my life that I've watched this show. Anyways, on a happier note, this week's theme and challenge was to tell you guys which one of our facts last week was a lie and to bake or cook something. So last week my 3 facts were: 1, I'm going to the Summer Olympics next year in London, England. I broke my foot playing soccer, and I got a bird as a birthday gift when I was 6. And the lie was number 2, I have never broken a bone in my body, ever. So I've never broken my foot playing soccer, and the first person to guess that was, let me check, Blue Skies 3096. I'll put their linky thingy in the down bar because they were the first one to get it, so congratulations. Thanks all for commenting. The challenge this week is to bake and cook something. I'm gonna be making peanut butter cookies. I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so the first thing you gotta do before you cook anything is wash your hands. And also just remember, when you're cooking, you should always tie back your hair, so that way your hair doesn't get in the food. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, Fahrenheit. Okay, and then you're gonna get your ingredients. So for this specific recipe, you're gonna need unsalted butter, and I'll tell you as I'm like adding the ingredients, brown sugar and white sugar, baking soda, obviously the peanut butter, flour, and 2 eggs. You also need 1 cup of peanut butter, and then you also need 1 cup of brown sugar and white sugar. Then you're also gonna beat in the eggs before you beat everything else together. In a separate bowl, you're gonna sift the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. So you need 2.5 cups of flour and a sift to sift it. Then you'll need 1 teaspoon of the baking powder, which I forgot to mention in the ingredients you need. Sorry about that. Half a teaspoon of salt and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Okay, and in school, my teachers always told me when you have dries, you always want to mix them together, that way everything's all spread out evenly. So when you've mixed all the dries, you're going to stir it into your other batter slowly. Start stirring it slowly, and then add the dries in. I can edit all this out. Okay, so after you finish letting it stir, which it is still doing right now, and I'm about to turn it off actually. Once you've let it, like everything's all mixed together, it says to put it in the fridge for an hour, but I don't have that kind of time. And I've made these cookies before, and I find them fine without putting them in the fridge for an hour. So you don't have to do that, but if you have the time, then perfect, do it. The cookies, I don't think they make a difference. These cookies turn out to be pretty big, so you need to use a couple pans. So you're going to use that, and you're going to roll them into a ball and place them on the cookie tray. And I'm going to use the spoon that I use for when I make cookies. Alright, so use the spoon and grab some of the batter like that. You can just use a knife to just scoop it out, or a little tiny spatula thing. Use a fork to just make a crisscross pattern on it, kind of. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Spoonful. Spread them out a little bit. That way they don't roll into each other. And then you're going to put them in the oven and cook them for about 10 minutes or until they're golden brown. And while you're waiting for those to cook, you can clean up the mess you made, because I made a lot of mess. The first batch is done, and let's get them out. Yes. Oh, those are huge. Okay, so these are what they look like as they first came out of the oven. Yeah, they're a little big, but when they cool down, they'll be harder. So let those, oh, I just deflated it. So let those cool down a bit, and then when they do, you can put them on a cooling rack. Like this. And when they're nice and cool, eat and enjoy. If I had any milk, I would have a glass right now. So it's Sydney. It's been fun making these cookies. My brother wanted to show you something. His Mickey Mouse guitar pick.
Ooh, cookies.
Likes cookies. So it's Sydney. It's been fun making these cookies. It's Tuesday, and I'll see you guys next week on Your Mom's Collab.
On Your Mom's Collab.
Bye, guys.